Antiques on York in Rockville, Indiana, 100 West York Street, celebrating our 10th year in business.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
I'd like to welcome everybody this evening and thank you for coming. And we'll start our meeting. We've got to approve the minutes from the previous meetings. Do we have a motion to approve the minutes?
I'll make a motion to approve the minutes.
Got a motion by Shauna, a second by?
I'll second. More rec scans.
Okay. On the claims and warrants, end of month, January 2024, $36,077.22. End of month, January 24, ACH correction, maybe?
Because they took it out of the wrong account, so we had to adjust it to get it where it needed to come out.
That's $100. February 15th, 2024 meeting, $444,602.12. Do I have a motion to approve those? And the one warrant from Industrial Supply from 215 for $399.09.
I move to pay the claims and warrants for the month.
Okay, second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
I abstain.
Aye.
Okay.
From the
For
industrial.
all of them.
Yes,
Okay, but
except for the
But the
industrial.
ones.
Okay, so there's the-
I gotta sign this. I didn't know where to write without your name.
It was only 9 success.
Yeah.
I'm looking for the. Did you sign it?
No, I didn't sign the industrial yet. It's
Okay.
on its way, I think.
It was sweet.
Do you give you the wrong stuff?
Oh.
I gave you payroll instead of claims. Yeah, I did give you the wrong stuff.
Gotta sign it anyway, right?
Yeah.
I just don't want to sign that one.
Yeah, don't sign that one.
I think I got way ahead of myself. That's all right. Okay, I just gave you billing adjustments too. Okay, we just need to approve them, that's all.
be speedy. You just help.
Well, I was a little bit speedy getting them out there because we haven't.
No dilly-dallying tonight.
For sure. Oh, boy.
Keep them all the time.
There's so many more than usual.
Yeah.
I gave you the billing adjustments
So wait a
too.
bunch of them.
There were 6 of
This is
them.
way budgeted.
No.
I know.
That big old sticker
No,
gives it
smiley
away.
face.
Gives it away.
You might want to stay out of Indianapolis this weekend.
I heard they were closing a lot of streets down for everything and,
And it's starting tonight. 6 o'clock.
yeah, all-star game.
Oh,
Well, they got, yeah, there's a couple of different things they got going.
Yeah.
It's gonna be good.
I saw somewhere today it said that and I was like, that's a lot of streets.
Yeah, and I go through Washington on the way to Hancock now.
Oh. Yeah.
You got a different way to go now, at least for this weekend, or tonight.
No.
Everybody be staying home for big chili cook-off.
That's right.
There you go.
I'll be like
to
Randy
go in the
singing.
opposite direction into a baby shower in Missouri.
Now we have the payroll warrants for January 25th, February 1st, February 8th, February 15th, in the amount of $34,582.09. Do I have a motion to approve?
I'll make a motion to approve payroll.
Got a motion to approve, do we have a second?
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Bank reconciliation for the end of month of January 2024. And the utilities is $3,191,510.06. The town is $862,613.81. Payroll, $2,642.68. Customer deposits, $36,260. Do I have a motion to approve the bank reconciliations for the end of January?
I move we accept the bank reconciliations for the month of January.
Do I have a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Okay, it's those.
Ready to go.
These are yours. Sign your life away.
What do I put on here, Kathy?
Your name is fine, and then I'll just write. It'll be in the minutes that he was absent, so
Okay.
they'll know. I'll add a vice to in front of that. That'll work.
I have several. So.
Vices.
Let's pick one.
Diane, would you like to share some of those with me? Oh, now you're backtracking.
Bet you had more.
Go sign this. There you go. We're gonna stop right there and go around the room and let everybody have a chance. Mike?
I just got a couple things. I gave you guys copies of some materials on the PFAS regulations that are going to be coming out. Looks like the last meeting we had with the EPA, they're going to promulgate that rule by the end of April. And so then they'll turn that over to the states, and the states will send you guys letters about testing. So regardless of whether you're under the influence or not of PFAS, groundwater typically won't be, but you're still gonna end up having a test for it. Looks like the first round is gonna be about 4 tests for the year, and then if you don't have anything, then it steps down after that. Looks like they were talking about the test costing about $300 per test. So for them, about $1,200, which you're gonna pay. But after that, they'll start stepping it down to once a year and
Okay.
once every 5 years. So that's, that's just coming up. They haven't decided on wastewater yet what they're gonna do. This is purely on drinking water side of it. But they are gonna be testing on the wastewater side, because on the wastewater side, you can get that material from a lot of different areas, truck stops and a lot of stuff. Different ways. So they haven't promulgated a rule for that yet, or at least they haven't established a rule for that yet. That one's gonna be a little bit more difficult, because you have an NPDES permit, and those are good for 5 years. So they won't automatically hit you with it. They might hit you with the testing, require you to do the testing, but you won't have to do any treatment. Fortunately, if you guys utilize the RO system, the RO system is acceptable for removing PFAS as well as the nitrates. So that's one less thing you have to worry about adding to
Okay.
the system.
Another.
I talked to the section chief. Talked to the section chief for wastewater. You guys, we put you on the list for EPA, so we can assist you with the wastewater issues. You were already on our list, but I mean, you haven't gotten any, and you've probably got some NOVs, but you haven't gotten some notices of violation. But they're not doing anything yet, because we told them that you guys are working on that and trying to figure out what to do. And I also told her about the funding issues with USDA, because we're gonna have to deal with USDA on this, and said, okay, well, just keep moving. So that's what I'm telling you, we'll just keep moving on that. On the water side, Scott, I don't know.
I haven't, Mike, I haven't heard anything since last month.
Yeah, I talked to the section chief on that, and for some strange reason, they're still trying to figure out how they can get you to
Yeah, regionalized.
regionalize.
Yeah, we'd emailed a little bit, Dustin and I emailed a little bit with SRF about some of the impracticalities that they may not appreciate.
Yeah, it's kind of, they're trying to do that with Kingman, go to the Coyote. So they're doing, it's not just you guys,
No,
they're trying to see if they can get people to regionalize. But you got time. So the next round
they
is
had
April.
asked Dustin to pull some data, and so they
Some
could
additional.
do a more fine-tuned financial analysis, I
Yeah.
suppose. And also just some basic questions about capacity and things of that nature. So I haven't talked to Dustin or Eric about you guys since before, since your last meeting, basically, right around the time of your last meeting was the last time. So that would have been late January.
Yeah.
Well, the good thing about that is they're asking you to do it, you're doing it. And that's going to help you when it comes to the funding part of it. Because if you just thumbed your nose at it and say, we're not going to do that, then, it doesn't work as well. This way, he's trying to do everything he can, crossing his T's and dotting his I's,
Okay.
making sure they get all the information they want, so they can make a good decision on the funding part of it. As you know, the price tag's going to be fairly high as far as rates, so we need to get as much free money, grant money, or forgivable loan money as we can for the project to make it a go. So you guys are on the list now on the wastewater side with EPA and on the water side with EPA. And that, well, kind of goes uphill from IDEM to EPA,
Okay.
and then from EPA to us. So downhill then to us. So we're gonna help you on both projects. Neither one, I don't see anything happening, anytime soon on either one of them, right? Until you get the funding straightened out, and we get the issue straightened out with USDA. And how we're gonna fund that, or are they gonna give you more money to fund the rest of it and then roll it all together? So it's kinda hard to say, but we're gonna work with John McGee on that too. And I'm sure that the engineers are gonna be working with that, and Scott, so, whatever we can do to get that, taken care of, we will. But, we're talking with EPA, with IDEM, it's, treatment plant's gonna be a difficult issue. They've got some serious issues with it,
Yeah.
So, you know, I'm sure Bruce is doing everything he can to, you know, to make it work as well as it can, so, yeah. And I think that's it. So-
Okay.
So I'm gonna take off,
Appreciate that. I went
Thank
first.
you.
Mr. Snow.
Be safe.
I was gonna let
Yeah,
Nathan
thank
get-
you.
I was letting Nathan go next, because he's got little kids here that,
Thank you.
go ahead, Nathan.
I just got a few things, I'll be real quick. I wanted to say thanks, right now we're working with the town, we're trying to work out February 22nd tentatively to do the exploration of the sanitary. We'll see if all that works out, but we know it'll happen sometime here and probably in the next month. And that's one part of the information that I need to get to start the utility design.
Yeah.
And that just brought up a few more things. I called in a utility locate a few days ago to get everything marked so that when we're all over there, we see everything and we can really talk about it and know what's underground. But the only thing we don't know is, and the town probably does, but let's say the water main that runs on the east side of Water Street, how big is that water main? Can we make a tap there to bring in I popped the tops off most of the meters that are on the corner of Water and Crawford. We don't know, I kind of want to know what the size of the water main is and the size of the gas main is that feeds my meter. It looks like that gas main stops at my building. So maybe there's a chance if it's a 1-inch line that it's just a 1-inch line all the way from up the street wherever it came off a bigger main. I really want to try to control cost and develop in this place, so I don't want to install a bunch of equipment in my design that requires me to run need gas service that's like from 2 blocks away or something like that. I'd really like to try to use what's already there, or maybe just have to go up the block to where some of the other homes are at. Because I think that gas line does stop right there at my meter, so my fear is that if they ran a 1-inch line into the building, that it's a 1-inch line all the way up the street until you get to something else. And the same with the water. I don't know exactly what I'm going to need. It'll probably be a 1 to 2-inch service for the water. And it didn't look like any of the existing meters that were already tapped into the main on the corner there are that size. It looked like the biggest one was 1 inch, and that's the one that's furthest to the west. But we can dig into that. That's just a conversation I was going to bring up. I'll probably send an email about it just before we go over there. And I know we'll coordinate with John, but I know the town's being nice and maybe be able to use your vac truck, but if there's any like aggregate backfill or anything else, if I need to do anything for that work, just let me know.
Okay.
I'm happy to help.
Yeah.
I'd really like the liquor licenses. So I had to go and try and buy the liquor license first at auction, and that went all smooth. And then you have to apply and actually do the application after I acquire the license. And the state board has approved the application. And so we'll start the placarding sometime before March 1st with the orange placard in the window, and the local board hearing is March 14th. So we've already in our application put that license into escrow. And this is ambitious, I know, but I put it into escrow for, I think, October 30th. So we'll probably extend that, right? Like, I honestly don't think I'll have the place ready to go by October 30th. That would be awesome if it happened. But, things take time, and we're going to have to work through everything, so we'll see how that goes. But it looks like all that's headed in the direction it should be, and that was good news. I just wanted to share that with you. And IDM did come out and have a site visit with us and looked over everything. And they told me this before they even came and met me, that they want us to work it out, right? And since the last meeting and prior to them coming, we've been talking about the concrete work a little bit, and that's part of what we're discussing at the meeting and looking at the site work and what we can do. And things are moving somewhere. And IDM and forget what her name is. And one other lady, the wetland specialist with the DNR. So IDM says, okay, there's a bunch of watershed going into these pipes. but my property is only 7/10 of an acre. So they don't regulate anything smaller than an acre. But the watershed going into those pipes is more than an acre. So I have to communicate with this lady from the DNR now and this other lady from IDM at the same time. Because technically for my property, IDM doesn't have the regulatory authority because it's smaller than 1 acre. Both they just want us all to work it out together. And I let them know that's the direction it's headed, so.
That'd be the best method.
Yeah, and they told me that they basically said we turn a blind eye to these pipes, that if I want to do something to help with the scour protection, typically if I disturb any earth down there in the floodplain, all that has to get permitted as construction in a floodway. But through email, they have given me permission where the 2 pipes are broken to dig that out a little bit and put in scour protection, so just like a riprap around where the water's coming out of those 2 pipes. So when it washes out, it's not washing away the native soils, it's got something to hit, right? And I told them that to keep it looking kind of natural, instead of using white limestone, I want to get rounded, multicolored river gravel, you know, pretty looking like landscaping boulders, and use that instead of the riprap, and they said that was okay too. We'll sit down. But so it looks like they said, hey, we see it, but you guys can put it to bed. Let's try and work through it. You may see, I'm not going to do it right away, but you may see me down there where those 2 pipes are broken. With a little excavator, we'll scratch around it, cut out about 6 or 8 inches. And I'm actually going to place some fabric there too first, and then put the scour protection on.
Okay.
So is that on your property then?
It is, yeah, it is. That's kind of down over the hill, the low area close to the river. Yeah.
Okay.
And technically, I mean, we don't need to dispute property lines, but the tree line between me and the property that's north of me, we don't, I mean, whether the property line is exactly right there or not, that pipe looks like it runs right in that tree line. So I'll talk to the piners next door when I do that and just make sure, hey, I'm gonna go place some stuff down there, and I'm sure they'll do okay. But the GIS shows the property line a little bit north of that, but it shows it me owning part of their yard right there, and I'm not worried about it. I'll talk to them and make sure they're okay with it.
Okay.
The other thing was, and we're working through this, John's being really helpful on this situation, but I got my first electric bill after the new meter was installed. And the meter that's on the property right now is one that John purchased and the town installed it, so I guess REMC doesn't have anything to do with this one so far. But I got my first bill, and it, like from December 20th to January 20th, to be honest with you, I don't have anything plugged in, I'm not running anything over there, and I turned the lights on 4 or 5 times. And that's just me going in, turning the lights on, doing 5 minutes at a time. I bet I didn't have the lights on more than an hour over a month, and my bill was almost $80. So I did a little math and went through things, and you know, if I, just based on my bill, if I used 1,000 kilowatts a month, then you put the multiplier on it. This month it was 11 kilowatts, so like $75, $80 for 11 kilowatts of usage, and then it's multiplied times 40. I think that came up to 440 kilowatts. And based on that usage and what I was charged, if I used 1,000 kilowatts, which I'll use way more than that with a restaurant. Just 1,000 kilowatts would cost me about $6,500 a month. And with the restaurant, I would expect like 2,000 to 3,000 kilowatts, maybe if it was the winter and it was really cold. So you're looking at, based on what I was charged for usage on that last bill, if I used 2,000 to 3,000 kilowatts a month, my bill for electric alone would be $13,000 to $20,000 a month.
Yeah.
That right away said, there might be a mistake here. Now, when I think about it, I just think the mistake could have happened 2 places. And one is, maybe there was an issue just with the reading, because we were swapping meters and changing things, and in a few months there were 3 different meters on there, and I think the readings are just handwritten. And this was a new meter as well. I don't know how they start off, if they start at 0 and then they go, or anything like that. I don't know anything on the reading side, but maybe there's an error on the reading side, I don't know. The other thing is when the town applies the 40-time multiplier to the three-phase service, the 40-time multiplier doesn't work for every three-phase service and every three-phase meter. The meters and the services are different. So, you know, with Duke Energy or RAMC, or they don't use a 40-time multiplier across every service that's three-phase. It depends on what meter you have. And some of the smart meters, this is a brand new meter, and we don't know much
Bless
about
you.
it. And this is what John and I are getting into, is getting the specifications on the exact meter that's on there from Centron. And not just the meter and the dial face, but the CT rings up top, those were replaced as well. Some of these newer meters will have a multiplier of 10, like a set multiplier of 10 based on the way they read, or a set multiplier of 1. Or you have to do a calculation based on what the amp rating is on each circle reader. And most of those are 5, which makes sense. That's why if you got a 5 amp rating and it's a 200 amp three-phase service, divide 200 by 5, it's 40, and that's where your 40-time multiplier comes from. But some of these meters are set up, and I don't know this much about them. I've just been trying to do my homework to give a little information. But some of these three-phase meters are set up to where the multiplier is actually right on the face of the dial. And they'll say multiplier 10, multiplier 1, because they're smart. Some of them are set up, that one there is set up with communication ability where you don't have to go read the meter. It can send it to your office.
We've
you
been
know?
buying those type
Yep.
since last spring.
So I just wanted to, I called the utility office to say, hey, John and I have discussed this and we think there may be an issue, we're gonna dig into it. And I just wanted to ask if there's like a dispute notice or anything like that that I could do to say, hey, there's an issue here. How do we work through this? Well, I don't wanna pay money if I shouldn't be paying it, and I'd like to figure out the solution. I just wanted to, you know, if I need to pay the bill, let me know, but I'd like to just wait until we get this figured out, because we've been through 3 meters and we don't know what's going on. And
Normally, tell you to pay the bill like everyone else. If there's a correction to be made, an adjustment will be made to your account. John will be back till Monday, so we really can't go any further with it till then, but
Is there a
penalties
way
are
to-
applied on the 21st.
Is there a way to send a meter in someplace to be checked?
We did that.
Did
We've
that?
talked to RNC, and
Okay,
as far as they're concerned, that's supposed to be a multiplier of 40 in the billing system because of the CTs on the transformer.
okay,
So,
yeah.
But I called and talked to Mark Jeffries at
No,
RMC, and he doesn't, the CTs that are on there and the meter that's on there came from the town. He doesn't know anything about those. He doesn't have.
Tophel's the one that was on scene with
Yeah.
it.
He doesn't have
You
the
you mean Mike
specifications.
Jeffries? Mike Jeffries, you talked to
Yeah,
him?
Mike Jeffries, sorry. So he doesn't have the specifications on that CT meter or the meter dial face.
Okay.
He doesn't know anything about them. They're from Centron. And I cleared that up with John, and John said, no, we did get one from RMC. We put it on there, and that's the one that burned up. And then we got one that John, he said he'd ordered 5 of them. It took a while for them to come in. He ended up getting those, and that one of those is what got installed and is on there right now. So he's trying to get the specifications on that to determine if that is a one-time multiplier meter and it gives an accurate reading, or is there a different multiplier that's supposed to be used? Do we have to look at the amp rating on the actual rings up top? Those things change based on whatever you buy, and that's what we're trying to fish out right now. I did call Mike about it, and he said, that's not our meter, I don't know anything about it, I can't give you any, because I tried to get the specifications from him, and then that's why I contacted him, and he said, I can't give you anything, that's not ours. But the way to, sorry about that. There's 2 things, the way that you would attack this, at least this is what Terry Days has said to me, but the way to attack this is, first, you can check that meter by hooking up a secondary meter to it. Okay, and so then you do a feed source for a certain amount of time, measure it, and you pull a reading off of this meter, you pull a reading off of a meter that you know is accurate, and you see if they match, then most likely everything's good. Not a guarantee, but most likely everything's good. If you can't determine that from hooking up a secondary meter to it, you would, what Terry would have to do would say, okay, well now it's on the manufacturer, so you could have gotten this meter, but it may have not been calibrated properly, right? And I have a feeling that because that's that weird old Delta service, that this meter may have not been calibrated properly from the manufacturer. So then the manufacturer comes out, checks the exact kind of three-phase service you have, and the manufacturer has to recalibrate the meter if they determine that the reading is inaccurate. Yeah. So that's really kind of the real solve all would be to have Centron or a representative from them come out and do their test on it with their equipment, put a load off the building into it, and they have a thing they'll plug into the wall and they know exactly what the load is. They'll make sure there's nothing feeding from the building first, then they hook in something that gives an exact load. They know what it is. And then they measure that for a certain amount of time and they'll just know if it's right or not. I don't know if it'll get to that point. I really don't know what we have to do to completely figure it out, but I just wanted to share with you guys what I had learned as I kind of go through all this. So.
Well, as Kathy said, I think the best bet right now, keep the bill paid.
Okay.
And if it comes down to being a refund or anything, the girls will work with you and work it out. And go from there.
All right. Well, that's all I have. I appreciate your time.
Going to have to get with the meter manufacturer and find a resolution to it some way.
Yeah, we should probably just have them come out and calibrate it and look at the service and everything and just make sure it's 100% right. That's the way we know for sure.
And I don't know where John's at on it at all.
We talked about it, and I'm not even trying to email him this week. I know he's off, so but we talked about it, and he said he was going to reach out to not the manufacturer, but where we left it, he was going to reach out to the company he purchases the equipment from. But in the end, we'd have to have Centron come out and do that work.
Very good. Any questions for him, boys and girls?
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
I appreciate it.
See ya. Bye-bye. See ya.
Skip?
Evening, we had 6 runs for January, so 31 days there, 29 in February, we're at 9 runs already, so it's a busy month so far. Other than that, about where we're at.
Yep.
Appreciate everything.
Okay.
Kathy's got the latest and greatest roster and all that, and the insurance, so if you have any questions, that one,
No, there was only on the replacement cost that you had, I sent all that to Doug, because he had kind of figured a different, I think he went 10 or 15% increase from last year. So I sent that to him and he'll let us know when he comes to present the policy
I don't
to
remember
us.
what my percent
Yeah,
was on the increase.
I don't either off the top of my head, but I forwarded that on and they're working on it, so they should have something before too
Increase our
long.
percent and we'll go from there, so I don't know if he was thinking they were too high or.
No, he just didn't, when he come to meet with me, he had a lower amount, so I sent it to them so they can figure out what we need to do.
Thank you. Okay, thank you. Brad?
Brad and Breyer passing their CDL, so they got their permits.
Good.
Good.
Got your
So
permits.
we just need to
But
figure
that's
out.
moving forward.
Permits.
Permit.
So we just need to figure out what we're gonna do with them. We're gonna take them to that training that Cody went through, or are we gonna try Pastor Keith?
Well, that training to me is pretty well a guarantee that they'll get
That's
through
what I
it.
think. And they can't get into it until April 1st.
They can
Like we
practice,
send them
and
to Indy.
Yeah, study.
they can study
Study.
and practice and,
They got it pretty quick.
Did we discuss
Good.
that? We can write up something stating they have to stay employed with us
Yeah.
for,
Well, they don't have to, but if they do leave, they have to reimburse. And then usually we'd have to figure that out, which I wanted to do, but, 100% if you leave within so many months or a year, and then maybe 50% in the second, whatever.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
That'd be fine, we can write that up.
Maybe between now and April, we can get them with Pastor Keith and do a little prepping.
is that a 2-week, 2-week
Yeah.
thing?
with the vehicle.
Yeah.
With the vehicle?
For the vehicle?
They gotta take
To
it.
the training?
It's,
They provide the vehicle.
Oh, do they?
Yeah.
Okay. I thought they had to take the vehicle. Okay. That's good.
So,
Do you need a motion for us to say, send them to school?
And
have
that's got
the
right
fee.
up the
Okay.
do you have the fee off the top of your head?
I believe it was, yeah, I
Thirty-
think it was $34.95,
I would say
3,500
3,500.
per person.
Let's put it private.
Well, I'll make a motion to send them to the school and then whatever Scott or we all get together and write up as far as the progression of the.
Okay, Sarah's made a motion to send Briar and Brad to school. Do I have a second?
Second.
Second by Rex, all in favor?
Hi.
Aye. That'd be great if they get it done.
Yeah, that'd be nice.
Anything else?
We've been cleaning the park shelters. We've started cleaning some of the park benches. And that white fence that's around Reeder Park, we've cleaned it all up. But it
Okay.
yeah, it looks brand new.
Thank you.
So,
Great.
it looks real good.
We just asked in the park board meeting the other day if anybody knew if community service people was gonna get it washed that way, but,
Yeah.
Yeah.
We bleached it, then sprayed it off with the vac truck and,
yeah.
yeah, it
Thank
looks
you.
brand new.
I bet it looks nice.
I've got a couple thousand feet if you wanna practice.
But that's all I got.
Okay, thanks.
Thank you.
He said no.
I think he said no. I'll have Diane ask.
I might say yes to her.
I'll get with you tomorrow.
I checked with Daniel Fisher today and he gave me the phone number of Pete G's, a guy that makes the metal,
Mhm.
and I should be able to get a price on it tomorrow.
Yeah, I think that would be a lot easier to do.
Yeah. Mhm.
And look
Yeah.
nice.
It'll look nice and,
Yeah,
okay. Anything else?
that's it.
Okay. Diana?
That was one of the items I was gonna bring up, and I thank you for doing that and for trying, and we appreciate that. We're getting ready for the chili cook-off Saturday. Right now, we have 7 teams that are registered, but many times we have people just walk in and say, hey, I'm here. So hopefully we have at least about 10 teams. That's usually what we have. We begin at 5 and the judging begins promptly at 5. So can you be here at 5 o'clock? Rex, can you be here at 5? Great. We appreciate it. Thank you. And let's see, I think everything's underway for that. We're doing good. We're also at the same time trying to get the publicity out about the eclipse viewing at Aztec Park. And if you want to make copies of that flyer, that's perfectly all right. We're going to put ads in the papers as well. And tell people, if you know that they're interested, don't go buy the glasses, because the Children's Museum gave us 250 pairs. Then they gave us money to use to buy whatever else we wanted, so we bought 250 more pairs. So we have 500 pairs of free glasses to give to people. So tell them, don't go buy them, because I know there's $15 some places for the silly glasses. So don't do that. And we've been in connection with the school, and I went to talk to Mr. Emmert, the principal, and he's making copies of the flyer to send out to all the students. And Rachel Porter is including some of the events that we have, the activities that we have. She's including them on the e-learning activities, because the kids are out of school that day for the eclipse, and they have e-learning.
Oh, they are?
They are.
And they have e-learnings that they have to do, so assignments.
We'll be stuck in the.
So anyway, we've
Just step
been,
outside.
yeah, we've been in touch with them,
But we have to
and
stand and answer the phone.
that was our main purpose from
Is
the
it-
beginning.
Did the school get glasses too for the students, or
Cannot-
no?
I can't tell you. I
I
know
don't
Rachel
know.
told me that She did go to one of the sessions at the Children's Museum.
I
So
can't remember
may
if she
have.
emailed or not. I'll get with her and ask her. I wasn't sure.
Okay, she may have. We still have a little more money to spend. They gave us $1,000, so we still have some more money we could spend if we needed to purchase more. But we're hoping to use it for ads and that kind
Right.
of thing to get the word out.
I think Rockville's selling them for $2 at the.
Pardon me?
I heard Rockville had some at the
Oh.
GM Variety for
For
a couple
$2.
dollars. I'm not sure on the exact price, but they weren't bad.
Well,
Is what I heard.
Don't go buy any more because we have plenty for free.
I didn't buy them. I
And
just heard that's what
everything
they were.
at the park will be free, except for the covered dogs will be there with their little cart and sell hot dogs and drinks, so don't go buy anything. Then the next thing after the chili cook-off and the eclipse will be May 18th, which is the 5K. And so we'll, as soon as we get done with the chili cook-off, we'll probably start working on the 5K and get that ready. And in the meantime, the projects that we discussed at the meeting was the ceiling in the pavilion at the park, the cleaning of the fences, so you've already knocked 2 of them off for us, and we appreciate that. And then the information signs, we want to get some up-to-date, classier looking information signs at both parks, so we can post maps of the walking tours and walking routes and things, and what's going on and the rules and who to contact if you need help at the campsites. Also, we discussed the concrete, and you need to know this. We discussed the concrete at the campsites. Rather than to worry about where we need to pour little pads, we've decided we're just gonna concrete that whole strip. And then that way we can mark it, we can paint it, and mark where the campers can
Like
park.
with a little pull down thing.
Yeah.
That's what I was gonna tell you, because Cody talked to Brad and Scotty.
Okay.
They are willing to still do the labor free,
Okay.
but they need to meet with somebody pretty quick because their
Okay.
work's gonna pick back up the first week or second week of March.
Okay, then we'll get with you.
So Brad
next
needs to
week.
know what you're wanting so he can measure it out, know what all you need
Okay.
material wise. And
We'll do
then-
that next week after the cook-off. We can
Okay,
get with
I'll
him.
tell Cody. And
Is there one day that's better than another or a time?
how about you shoot us a date and time, and then we'll see if they can both make it.
Okay, I'll get with
I
you.
mean, next
I'll-
week you can call.
I'll get with you.
'Cause they're all laid off right now, so.
Oh, well, that's good
unless
then.
Cody
Okay.
has- Yeah.
I mean, that's not good.
Yeah.
Sorry, I didn't mean it like that. Okay, great. Okay, so I think that's about it right now. We'll get back with you on the other things, and as always, we appreciate your support. And thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Penny?
Well, I'm here on softball, and we'd like to have a spaghetti supper on May the 4th as a fundraiser from 5 to 8, use this building. And I filled out the paperwork and paid my deposit, and I wondered if we could have the fee waived, being we're a fundraiser, doing it for a fundraiser.
Oh, you changed that. Anybody that's gonna be making a profit, they have to pay that new fee you
Yeah, that-
implemented in the,
Deposit.
That is for
in the lease,
fundraisers.
the rental
Yeah.
fee.
Mhm. So if we change it for you, then we'd be changing it for everybody that come along.
How much is it?
I think it's 60 Monday through Thursday and 95 Friday through Sunday or holidays.
I don't think it was as much as it was for
Yeah.
other people.
But they changed it because if they were making any kind of profit or anything, they had to pay the rental fee. If you want it for just a
95.
meeting where you're not
95.
making money,
Friday, Saturday,
then
and
it's
holiday.
free.
Friday through Sunday and holidays.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
And is that it's a weekend, right?
Right, it's a Saturday.
Yeah.
Mhm. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, I
Me
didn't know all that, so.
Okay.
May 3rd? you said?
Sorry,
May 4th.
May 4th.
May 4th, yeah.
say sorry, but if we start
Yeah,
changing it, then
60 Monday through
So that's-
Thursday,
Then we pay-
95 Friday. and
May
Sunday.
4th, spaghetti. I eat spaghetti.
4th,
I don't
5
eat
to-
fish, but I eat spaghetti.
5 to 8. And this is our,
He's looking at me funny.
this is our softball report for 2023. Maybe one here for Jay.
Sure.
If you have any questions, why, we just have on there, of course, the projects we did in 2023 and our sponsors and things that we want to do this 2024, and who the coaches were last year and so forth, so, and the officers,
What time is your spaghetti supper?
5 to 8.
Friday.
How did that all-night slow pitch tournament go? Was that a good turnout?
Yeah, yeah, it went real well, it was a good fundraiser.
Yeah.
thank you.
They always look nice when we go up there.
Be there for spaghetti.
You what?
Be there for spaghetti.
Did you get that thing, the penny that, what's his name brought in? Some kind of tape measuring thing?
Yes.
Did you get
I got
that?
it, yeah, I thank you both for
Okay.
Connie.
I didn't know if you got it or not.
Mhm. Oh, I will mention, practice starts the 1st of April, so, you know, we'll need the bathrooms all ready for, I can come up and power wash them when you need to. You want me to? No. Just so they're opened up, the little girls.
Before we go on, anybody got anything else they forgot? Okay. We have resolution 2024-02-01 to read and approve. And that's whereas the town of Montezuma Council desires to allow the clerk treasurer to pay claims via electronic means such as automatic clearinghouse, ACH payments. And whereas IC 36-1-8-11.5 requires the town council to adopt a resolution to authorize utilizing ACH or other electronic means for the payment of claims. Now, therefore, be it resolved by the town council of Montezuma as follows. The clerk treasurer is pursuant to IC 36-1-8-11.5 authorized to use electronic fund transfers is to pay claims on behalf of the town of Montezuma and any utilities. The town council, to the extent applicable, hereby ratifies all prior electronic funds transfers that may have been used to pay claims prior to the adoption of this resolution. The resolution is effective immediately upon its date of adoption. To have a motion to adopt this resolution.
I'll make a motion for resolution 204-02-01.
Dot.
I'll second that.
I got a second down there, but.
That was a lot
Sarah,
of,
all in favor?
Aye.
Thank
that was
you.
a lot of,
That's smart
It's
pants
okay.
over here.
It's just, I know, I just wanted to say it's okay to pay stuff electronically. That'd be nice.
we're making it clear what we
That
were
actually came
adopting.
about with our new gas marketer, and then that, they prefer us to do that, but that program that John and Jay met with them about, where we're gonna be getting that discount, to be a part of that, it's mandatory that you do
You
pay
do that.
through there, so.
It's probably gonna be a lot easier with things.
It's the way of the world.
Yes,
Yeah, it
Yeah,
Yes.
definitely.
We don't have much options.
no.
Changing it out. Did I go too fast on accepting it?
Do what?
Did I go too fast on jumping on it?
And we have 6 billing adjustments, one for $2.40, minimum sewer charge correction, $3,716.69, approved write-off adjustments, $191.75, return check, $102.32, leak adjustment, 7242 should not have been charged sewer, and 96 cents a lawn meter credit. Do I have a motion to approve these adjustments?
I'll move to approve the 6 billing adjustments.
Okay, do we have a second for this?
I'll second that.
All right. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Water sewer adjustment request, Debbie Bachhold, and that's account number 4055. Jessica Babiak, account number 6055.01. I guess it's account numbers, isn't it, Kathy?
Yes.
Okay. And 1400 is David Thomas. Do I have a motion to approve the water sewer adjustment requests?
I'll make a motion to approve those adjustments.
Okay, we got a motion to approve. Do we have a second?
Second.
All in favor signify by aye.
Aye.
How am I doing?
You're doing great.
I don't
Doing
want this.
motions.
I don't want this job.
We need too many numbers.
Yeah.
Got 10 minutes.
Huh?
10 minutes.
Oh, we'll
Oh,
make it.
10 minutes.
Keep going at this rate, you may have it forever.
Looking good so far.
We're okay with it.
I'm liking it.
Got a invoice from HWC for a water treatment facility invoice, 2023-219-S-000006.
Good enough, Ozy?
You got a good rhythm there with that.
And them zeros,
Sound
by
like
the
he
way.
was singing.
In the amount of $41,250. Do I have a motion to pay the invoice to HWC?
I'll make a motion to pay that invoice.
Got a motion by Sarah, do I have a second?
Second. As long as I don't have to say the invoice number.
All in favor, signify.
Aye.
Aye.
Diane's kind of already brought that up about the eclipse at the Montezuma shelter.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I think we've already approved
I thought
her
we
using the
did too.
shelter, haven't we? Yeah,
Yeah.
okay.
I think so. Cindy just filled out the paperwork, right?
Well, she didn't know if she's gonna be here tonight or not. If
She's-
you guys want to, that's fine. If
Okay, you want me to sign it?
you want to, or take it with you and,
Okay.
yeah.
And then there's a town leadership meeting, April 24th at Rockville, across from Barnes and Rice Funeral Home. And we're supposed to send somebody, I guess, right?
Well, it's just an invite that Partnership Parke County sent it to my email.
Okay.
So I just copied it for everybody and
And each community bring their top 2 priorities to share. Okay, discuss the sharing, okay? That must be open to the public.
I think it has to be, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a town.
It's from 6 until 7 o'clock on a Wednesday evening. If anybody's interested. And that is all I have on this stack. Rex,
Can't think of a thing. Just glad to be here.
glad to have you.
Walmart's got Valentine's Day candy on sale.
All right.
Ain't much left. It's been tough, but a good year for loving.
I might get
Roll it over to the Easter candy.
Right.
Yeah.
It's
I think they already have it out.
2 of the 4 aisles is down and it's already Easter there, so
Yeah.
Valentine's Day right next door.
It was quick.
And Halloween's on the way.
Right?
No kidding.
No, I think
Okay, Sarah,
I'm good.
you good? Scott?
1253 North Jefferson, I started working on the paperwork so we could foreclose on our judgment. And I discovered, reading the rules, that we have to wait 6 months before the sale can happen. The foreclosure sale can happen. It's a rule. So, funny if you read the rules, what you learn. So, we can start the process. The process takes a couple months anyway, so we'll go ahead and start that process. But we're trying to time it up. It would be mid-June when we could have the sale. Won't be till then until we can take ownership, unfortunately. So,
I was going to, Kathy, you got anything? How about
No.
John's stuff that he sent? Did we talk about any of it, or?
If you want to. I think he was just keeping you guys updated.
Just information.
To
He
see
had
if
a
it's
quote
gonna
for
be
the trencher. That was one thing in there. I think one of the other things is the property on Water Street, the dumpster should show up the 1st and work will start the 4th on that, so.
All the fun.
Yeah, some fun.
Yeah,
Do you want to wait till he can discuss it, or he did give me a copy of it?
I can get it right here.
Get it back already. What that's the plan?
And look through some of the funds and figure out where we can pay it out of. See what we got.
Budget a little small.
Well, I don't see it right off. You've got the copy?
I saw the quote for the,
He's got one quote.
22,600, but I don't know where he's wanting to.
That's
We can take it out, electric, gas, and water. Yeah. It's,
Well, when I asked the question, I was thinking, what Brad has used, the walk behind only goes 18 inches deep, which is okay with electrical. If they had to cut in a water line, they can't do it, they gotta do it with a backhoe to get it deep enough. And that's why that one is what it is. He's got a quote for one big enough to do anything they need to do. And I don't know if you'd ever find a better brand than Ditch Witch. That's where I'm at.
All things considered, that's not a horrible price.
Not even
Figure how
one.
much car costs.
Yeah,
I don't have a clue.
I don't,
yeah.
No more than $22,000.
But I don't know whether
we
we
just gotta figure out.
want to discuss it tonight or wait until we got, how long is the quote good for? 30 days? Or don't want that to go away either. Just the way things go up.
We didn't discuss your guy either on the fire department.
30 days.
30 days.
End of the month.
You two can't, we can't vote.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
End of the month. 29th of February is a good one.
Will we meet again?
No, you're not.
No, this is it for this month.
You're all
I think, isn't
interested in doing it, it's just a question of figuring out.
Where to put the
It
money.
would be used, obviously, for all the utilities, so.
A lot
I think we
of,
ought to hand dig.
It'd be used a lot in the city.
Okay, never mind.
I think so too. Would anybody like to make a motion that we follow up and purchase that? For 22,600? I think that's what it was.
And we can use it for multiple utilities, you said? Yeah, for different things.
It makes sense to get one that'll do both, because it's no use to have one thing to dig in electrical lines, and how often do we dig in electrical lines?
Yeah.
Not,
More often than you
A lot
think.
of people from the
That's probably
That's probably
underground.
what we would use it the most for.
Yeah.
Really?
Electric.
but then on top of that, if we got that one, we'd still have to get a backhoe and dig in and it's a lot less invasive to, I've had mine changed out, my water changed out with a backhoe, and it's an emotional event.
That's one way to put
Teddy's
it.
emotional?
Well, God bless him, at least he got me some water pressure. I can take a shower without dripping.
Okay.
I'll make a motion that we do, go ahead and pursue the $22,000 purchase.
Have them okay
Got them,
funding through email or?
Yeah, you need to probably look at it, and at the discretion of the clerk treasurer.
I like that.
That's a good idea.
A second for this.
I'll second that.
Alrighty then.
Utilities at the discretion.
All in favor,
Electric,
signify by
probably use a lot
yes.
for electric.
Yes.
All signify. Aye,
So,
okay.
Aye.
She can pay that electronically then.
And again,
Just a couple strokes, so.
Okay. It's you know, we're buying a brand that'll be there forever. You know, it's not something that'll be
Who
wore out
seconded that? Did you?
any length of time, taken decent care of, so.
And parts and labor and
Yeah.
stuff.
I'd be able to loan it out to some places, honestly. Get-
Mhm.
I don't know if you want to.
It's not 7 yet.
No, rent it.
Yes, it is.
Instead of,
Okay.
he said loan it, I said rent it.
Oh, I have 7. The clock is wrong.
Without any further business, have a motion to adjourn.
I make a motion to adjourn.
Second?
I'll second.
All.
Third, fourth, and fifth.
Thank you all.